You better turn up. You better be there when I shake. Watch me rocking if I can't stop. If I should fall, just go ahead. Go and catch.
Hello friends, welcome to this DIY video where I'm going to share with you guys sort of like back to school, office, stationery sort of DIYs using products from the Dollar Tree. So let's not go ahead and waste our time with a boring intro. Let's jump right into these DIYs. So our first Dollar Tree DIY is this dry erase board. It's perfect for jotting down your to-do list, your weekly schedule, or whatever you want. So to get started, you'll need 4 Dollar Tree frames, and then you're going to remove the backing and the front glass pieces from them until you have just the 4 frames, which you're then going to arrange into a square and hot glue together. You could also use a really strong super glue as well to do this. But either way, the first way you want to do it is glue 2 pieces together, 2 frames together, and then glue those 2 pieces together until you have all 4 glued together in a square. Then take these outside and give them a good spraying of white spray paint or whatever color you want. You might need a couple of coats to get it to be completely opaque. Back inside, I'm going to cut 4 pieces of paper to go inside each frame. I wanted something that was a little more neutral, so I went for this light gray blue color, but you could do really any color or a fun pattern, whatever you want to match your style. Then you're just going to put the entire thing back together by placing the glass pieces in first, then the piece of colored paper, then finally securing the backings into place. Hang on the wall and you are all done. This works as the perfect dry erase board because glass is the perfect surface for dry erase markers. And I also picked these dry erase markers up at the Dollar Tree. Next, we're going to make these really cute refrigerator magnets, which are perfect for showing off your A+ work or just maybe some motivational quotes, whatever you want to do. You're going to start with these little plastic toys that you can get in the toy aisle of the dollar store. Pew, 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 pew. And then you're going to cut their heads off. I know it's kind of morbid, but that's what you need to do to make these magnets. And I suggest that you go for the hollow plastic toys because this giraffe that I bought was not hollow and cutting him in half was really a task. I had to try 2 different knives, a pair of scissors, and then finally gave up and used a saw. So I really suggest you get the hollow ones because it's a lot easier. You can cut them with a pair of scissors. Then I'm going to give the heads a quick coat of white spray paint just to act as a primer. It just makes it a little bit easier. Then paint them whatever your desired color is. And by the way, I'm just using the cheap acrylic paint that you can get at Walmart. It's like 98 cents or 96 cents or something. And you may need to do multiple coats of this to get it completely opaque. But once it's completely dry, I always suggest that you give it a good coating of Mod Podge. It doesn't fit into our $1 category, but it's gonna help protect the paint and give it a nice shiny top coat and make these last a lot longer. So it's well worth it. Then simply glue a small magnetic dot onto the back of these heads. You can get these at the Dollar Tree as well, but I suggest you consider spending $1 or $2 more to get ones that are a little stronger. I got this pack of 16 for about $3.50. Next, we're going to give paper clips a little more fun using some baker's twine that I found when I was at my Dollar Tree. We're going to use this to make a little tassel for the paper clip. So using 3 of your fingers, you're going to wrap the twine around your finger over and over until you have a decent amount of twine. Then carefully slide it off your finger and using a loose piece of twine, loop it through the center to use for tying to your paper clip later. Then using another loose piece of twine, you're going to wrap it around towards the base of the bunch of twine and tie it off into a knot. Using the first piece of loose twine, tie the tassel around the paper clip and secure. Then you can cut off any of the excess and you've created a cute little tassel paper clip. This works really great as a bookmark or to mark any places in your planner or notebook that you need to come back to later. Next, let's jazz up some of your boring writing utensils like boring yellow pencils. I'm going to start by painting these pencils bright pastel colors. It took me about 2 coats for each of these. And again, I'm just using that cheap 98 cents acrylic paint. Then just using a gold Sharpie, I'm going to write some fun little quotes on these and then top it all off with a coat of Mod Podge. Again, this is going to protect the paint from chipping and make them last a lot longer and look better the entire time that you use them. Now we're going to give some plain binder clips a little something extra using this decorative tape that I found at the Dollar Tree. I love this tape and they had it in all sorts of different patterns. You could do so much fun stuff with this. But all I'm going to do is use this tape to cover up the flat sides of the binder clips. I'm going to fold the excesses inside, and I'm going to cover both the sides and the bottom of the clips, and then that's it. It's a simple little trick to make the boring plain binder clip a lot more colorful and fun. Our last DIY is 2 different ways to make the boring notebook look a lot more fun. I'm using these black composition books, but you could use them for any notepad. So the first way we're going to do this is by using some colorful paper. I actually found these file folders at my Dollar Tree, and I'm just going to start by cutting a piece of this folder that's a little bit bigger than the front of the composition book. Then glue that into place and open the book and fold the edges inward, gluing them into place and repeating on the back side as well. Then using some of that fun decorative tape I found, I'm going to cover up the black binding as well. Moving on to the inside of this book, I wanted to add a little pouch to put notes and papers inside of. So I'm first going to just glue another piece of the colorful paper on the inside to make it look finished and complete. And then I'm going to take a small flap and glue this on 3 sides and place onto the bottom of the cover. This is going to create like a little folder. I used a little bit more tape on either side to secure everything into place, and then this notebook is all done. It has a lot more personality, and now it even has a little folder for putting very important notes inside of. Another fun way to jazz up a notebook that's even easier is to use some of that decorative tape and just secure rows of it on top. It instantly makes the composition folder look a lot more fun and colorful, and honestly I think it took me maybe a minute or 2. And there you have it. Those are some fun back to school inspired DIYs you can make using stuff from the Dollar Tree. I get a lot of questions lots of times when I do these types of things, like where did I find the inspiration for these, and if I could find some of the Pinterest pins. Usually I go to Pinterest to find inspiration or DIY, so if I could find some of the original Pinterest pins that I used for this video, I will link them down below. If you're new to my channel, I hope you will hit the subscribe button down below before you go. Also, don't forget to turn on your notifications, that way you'll get notified every time there's a new video, which is every single Sunday. I make videos about things that are going to save you time or save you money. As always, thank you so much for stopping by and watching, and I will see you all in my next video.